Nobody's perfect. Promise I'm worth it. Family last name, yeah, I feel like it cursed me. Came up out the streets, mama, she churched me. Nobody's perfect. Promise I'm worth it. Family last name, yeah, I feel like it cursed me. Came up out the streets, mama, she churched me. Jack of all trades, master of none. Will I still be here if I ain't have my gun? If I had to do it again, I'd do it.
Richmond County investigators are searching for Harold Doby III. Investigators say the three men beat up a man at one.
How does it feel to see on the news, on newspapers, social media, former AU basketball players still on the loose?
Well, I didn't actually see it because at the time I had done turned in myself. Like I had done went down to the jail to turn in myself, and they just held me downstairs before they even booked me or anything to run them articles in the news placement clips and on the news. So I hadn't already turned myself in. I was actually in jail at the moment when they put that out.
Dang. So they took your voice away even before you even had a chance to speak.
I was proven guilty before innocent. You know how they say you innocent and proven guilty?
Right.
I was already guilty before anything from the looks of it, because I never was wanted for questioning. I was always wanted as a suspect. You know how most of the times when something happened, they don't got both sides of the story or anything, you wanted for questioning first?
Right.
Nah, I was automatic wanted for my arrest for committing crimes that I had.
That's what it looked like. It made it seem like they knew for sure that you did it. They had all the evidence. They had all the things needed to show that you were the culprit. And granted, you did have a part in it, but your part isn't the part that, how can I put it? Your part in it doesn't require you to get the maximum penalty that you're getting. They're making it seem like this whole situation was on you, and that's not the case. It's like you're an innocent bystander who won. The guy who won gets penalized. Wow.
I was never the aggressive. I was never the initiator. I guess that's the best way to put it. I was never the aggressive. I was never the initiator. And from the jump, I was labeled the aggressive. I was labeled the initiator, seemed like. And like I said, I admit, like, you know what I mean? I was already at Fantasy Road when they put that article out there saying I was still on the loose. So I guess it's like my character. They wanted to be something different. And not speaking, even in court, I had guaranteed over 30-something plus character letters. Like,
I heard you had a packed courthouse. People couldn't even fit in.
Man, it was standing room only, and I had more supporters that was coming to attend, and they couldn't get in because it was already crowded. It was already too packed. And like I said, I had over 30-something character letters, 30 plus, and my character speak for itself. Who's gonna come support someone that actually doing this wild, wild west living? Like, that's crazy.
You have a youth leader that's in the community, great father, your daughter's in the beta club, a straight A student, extracurricular activities, take care of home, work a job, have a business, used to politic with politicians, attorneys, used to bump elbows with everybody from every walks of life, from NBA players to rappers. You are somebody that touched every bit of the community. How is it you think you got this type of result with all that you've done?
I just want to say I can't pinpoint how I got it because I can't tell you. I feel like
we'll let the people tell us, huh?
Let the people tell. I feel like I took all the right steps in life, and I just want to say, even if things don't get solved to my happiness in this case, I just hope it saves somebody else's life. So show it to your kids, your cousins, your brothers, because it could have been them.
Promise I'm worth it.
They took my voice, but they allowed my co-defendants to have a voice, in which with their voice, they allowed them to speak on a situation that they wasn't even around or a part of. As you can see in the paperwork, they speak on a shooting that they had no knowledge about or didn't even learn nothing about in the parking lot. But they let them speak on it. And as you go down a little further, or you can read you see the paperwork, they even admitting that they left after the fight. Suspect 1 admit that he left. He went to his car after the fight was over. Suspect 2 admit that he left with suspect 1. They left together. So how was you able to have a word or see anything if you wasn't there? But like, once again, they took my voice and gave them a voice and allowed them to speak on a situation that they didn't see.
Came up out the streets, mama, she churched me, jack of all trades.
And as we get into the fight incident, as you can see in the fight, guess this suspect 1 and the victim. Suspect 1 is alone, walking with the victims. Now, hold free, if you freeze it, suspect 2 and 3 appear. But if you go back to the paperwork, suspect 1 says that me, suspect 2, and suspect 3 walked up in the car behind him. But in the film, as you can see, it's only suspect 2 and suspect 3. Now another unknown pops up. This guy a little round, and if you let it play on out a little bit more, you'll see he actually have a bald head. I never had a bald head. I'm slimmer. So now you go to suspect 2. Suspect 2, in his paperwork, he's admitting that him and suspect 1 was in between the cars dealing with altercation. They clearly say I was never in the fight. It's suspect 2 admitting that him and suspect 1 is between the cars, as you can see. So if you let it play on out again, then he goes back in his paperwork and says that the same people was in an altercation with the other victim. How could it be the same people in the suspect in altercation with the other victim if you just said it was you and suspect 1 in between the cars? But then on this one, now when they ask you that, you say the same people was involved, but you don't mention suspect 1. And how could suspect 3 be involved in? Earlier in the video, you see suspect 3 clearly walk off. See the young lady on the ground? Remember, I'm charged with her also. And so you clearly see that's not me with her. Now her friend finna pull up. So as you see her friend pull up, she finna get out the car. So I don't even know what's taking her so long to get out the car. What could she be doing in the car now? Is she calling people now, or what's going on? So now she get out the car. She help her friend up. Remember, they were just in between the car. The young lady was in between the car. So if anything happening, she clearly see who's fighting and know their faces, right? You're gonna see these two same young ladies run past. Remember, it's an officer working a special. The act line life actually was another officer in there. It was 2 officers. So if you was at danger or anything, you would have told the police. But you go get these group of guys, and all of these guys were surrounded my car. 3 was in the front, like 3 was on the back. I think I'll say like 1 was on the side.
What exactly caused the fight? If you were by yourself, you just this innocent guy, why you?
I just feel I was by myself and he was angered and frustrated for whatever reason. He just wanted to take his anger out on somebody, and I just was a weak link because I actually wasn't involved in the fight. And I was there. I was alone. Probably showed I was fear-eyed, already. And just because I wasn't fighting or involved in the fight, I guess he felt like I was a free pick.
And a couple of our partners came and was like, so So what's going on? I was like, him. I ran over to him.
You were up on the car, pretty much.
From if this is the car, I probably was waiting to shower.
Okay. So the guy that you seen there, you followed him back to the car.
He was already at the car.
He was already at the car. You came around the corner. You walked up to him.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say to him? Were you?
I was trying to diffuse the situation, but then again, I felt bad that and he was the only one that was close.
Yeah. So you weren't going to. So you going to fight him, or you were just going to talk to him, or?
I was going to talk to him at the same time after the whole.
You were ticked off too as well. I said, even if you were going to fight, that you're still fine. You're not getting in trouble for that.
Yeah.
So no, you're fine. I'm just trying to get the story straight of what happened.
So basically, after watching what we just watched, there is no way in hell you should be charged with anything that you're charged with. If people just take the time to look at the timing of everything, this would be clear. But if you had to direct people to one specific clip, one specific thing to help your case, what would it be?
I say if you goes back to the incident of him running to my car, right before he get to my car, if you zoom in on the frame and freeze it, you can actually see him reaching if you look at his left hand. And then if you see that and you let the clip play out, him and his guys was in front of my vehicle. And if you didn't have a weapon and you hear a gunshot go off and you know your guy ain't have a weapon, your reaction will be different. You wouldn't stand right there and look and see.
I'd be running. It looked like when it happened, they stood there to see if their guy shot you. That's why I was confused when I first watched it. It's like he walked up. The guy that was in front, let's run the clip back. The guy that was in front literally walked up after the gunshot happened. I ain't never in my life seen somebody that close to a gunshot walk up on it unless he knew that it was his person shooting. And the moment he realized it wasn't his guy shooting, that's when he started to run. So that man definitely had that fire on him, especially in the beginning when he walking. You can tell. Let's go back to that clip as well and play it again in slow motion. You can literally see your boy ready with it.
Right. And like, I just feel like, I think it was a rush case. And with them taking my voice, I wasn't able to speak up for myself and giving everybody else a voice. It's just, I don't just feel like the odds was with me.
Nobody's perfect. Promise I'm worth it. Family last name, yeah, I feel like it cursed me. Came up out the streets, mama, she churched me. Nobody's perfect. Promise I'm
My name is Harold Doby. I was born and raised in Augusta, Georgia. I graduated from Augusta University. I also attended Lucy C. Laney High School. My daughter just got accepted into the Beta Club, which is a big accomplishment. I take pride in fatherhood. I have two girls who are 13 and 7, and I never miss a beep in their life, and I always say I'll be there for them no matter what. And that's partial motivation for me of being a youth leader, because I understand that not too many good things come from a broken home. I'm big on my community and helping the youth. Sometimes all it takes is an opportunity. So I'm here to try to provide kids that don't have the opportunity to be something in life. And I understand the more you see in life, the more you want to be. So if I can help them get from outside them project walls, that little square, and see more stuff outside of Augusta, I'm pretty sure they'll want to be more. And I also understand sometimes all it takes is you can and you will to change a life. Because if all you hear is cussing and fussing at night and never I love you, you don't feel the love from your surroundings. So that's why I also started my nonprofit to show love, opportunities, and to give and motivate these kids. So coming up in Augusta, Georgia, I started my nonprofit back in 2018, but I've been giving back to my city since 2013. I did free basketball camps, toy drives, coat drives, even canned food drives, not only to kids, but to the unfortunate people. So I go down, I fed people at the Salvation Army, the Goodwill, things like that. I've been doing it, like I said, since 2013. I left Augusta for a little bit. I had to go to a private school in Florida called Osmar Christian. I left my senior year of high school to go better my life. So I went down there for 2 years, And I finished up there at Oldsmar. After I finished at Oldsmar, I signed to Georgia State out of high school. Unfortunately, my grandma ended up getting sick, so I came back to Augusta State in 2012, where I received my degree for communication. So ever since then, I just came back to the city and realized what was going on, and I wanted to get involved with what was going on in my community to save my city. So I started giving back, doing tour drives, feeding the community, and doing things like that.
What event was the most memorable to you when it comes to your give backs with the children?
One of the most memorable events I had was when Black Panther first came out. Me and a couple people got together and rented out the movies. We had over 350 kids to attend. And because there's so many messages in that movie, even I got from it. So every time I watch it, it's a different message I get from that movie. And it show you about parenthood, even our culture and things like that, and just giving. And it just show you, even when he was fighting at the end, just when they motivated him to keep fighting, he looked at his mom and he fought, he never gave up. And that just show you how life is. Never give up no matter how hard things get. I know a lot of y'all familiar with the Matilda movie also. When Bruce was eating that cake, when they started cheering him on, he finished it. So that's why I understand sometimes all it takes is a cheer on and support. Support is big. You can do anything with the right supporting cast, motivation, that's what it takes. That's why I feel like I'm here today, because when it comes to my voice, and that's like when you got a voice, some people use it the wrong way, some people use it the right way. Some people fear that you're a leader, and it can be pros and cons to it. Since I'm a leader in my voice, and it goes back to when I telling y'all about Stop the Violent Walks, either in the case that I was just in, they tried to label me a gang member because they went back to these pictures and saw other people that's in gangs and different sides come together. So they automatically thought that I was in the gang. And when it came to sentencing, they had to go back on my Facebook, tattoos and everything, and they realized, hey, I'm not a gang member. I just got a voice in the community. And I think that it was taken away from me in the court systems and due to sentencing.
So is it possible if we discuss the nature of the case?
Yes, I'm cool with that.
All right. So let's start from the beginning.
Well, I was sentenced to 20 years probation, and this the catch. I have to pay $155,000 within 12 months to the victim, or I have to go that 20 years probation will turn to 20 years in prison. Also, I have 5 years continuously after the 20 years probation for possession of a firearm, which I had license to carry. I came in with a clean record. Only thing I had on my record was expired tag in 2013. That was it. So with the sentencing with that, and then $155,000 that I'm supposed to have to pay goes to a victim, to 2 different victims. 1, I wasn't involved in the fight, and 2, I was protecting myself. And I have to pay restitution to both of them victims that no doctor bills or anything was provided in court. All they did was sell the number. And I never had a hearing for restitution or none of this. And with my voice was taken away, I wasn't able to speak about my sentencing at all. And there was a lot of key points and evidence that wasn't provided in court, even from footage to initial interviews and statements was never provided. So my rights got took away from me at the jump. So I was not able to use what I think is one of my great character traits, was my voice.
Aggravated. All the good I did, they deactivated. All the charges that I'm facing, yeah, they aggravated. I got my head to the sky, bitch, I'm activated. I was broke but not broken. I was hoping, not hopeless. Got fucked, was unfocused. I was loud and unspoken.
That one, man. I ain't seen that in years, man.
That's what's up.
I swear to God, I ain't seen that in years.